Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text. We tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. This is for the third Sunday of Lent, and we are looking at the first lesson, which is the Ten Commandments, and looking at God giving us a better way to live. And maybe talking a little bit about why the Ten Commandments were given. Here are the people of Israel that were slaves, that were slaves in Egypt, and then we're talking. We've got kids that are being set free, that all they've known is slavery. I mean, it reminds me of when we talk about we talk about some of the things that the kids, that it's like the kids will never have used an 8-track, maybe even a cassette tape, maybe not even a CD. Anyway, so there's these kids that all they've known is slavery. Most of the adults, what they've known their entire life is they have been slaves, they have been at the whims of another person, and all the stuff. And so here God gives them a better way to live. Now that you're free, now that you don't have to worship every god under the sun, including the sun, you only have to worship me. And you get to rest on a day where you've had to work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, bam, bam, bam. Now you get a rest. You actually have property. You actually own something. You actually have something to where you might look at your neighbor and go, hey, wait a minute, I want what they have because we actually have stuff now. And so these things about how do we live with one another, what is God gives us a better way of living. And so the items, a couple items I'm thinking about using. One is last week or 2 weeks ago had the traffic cone. And so if you haven't used that, that could possibly be, you could use that for this one. And that is when you see safety cones, they guide us in a different direction, a safer way, a better way of traveling. So this idea that it's like if you're on this side and you go around like this, it's a safer and a better way of traveling. That's one item that we could use. The other is either a map or Google Maps or your iPhone maps. And when you, let's say you're going, you know what, I want to go to the grocery store, or I want to go to I'm muting this now so that it doesn't sound again. Anyway, I want to go to the neighboring town. Like I'm in Oregon City and I want to go up to Beaverton, Oregon. And so I put in there Google Maps and Apple Maps and MapQuest, if we want to call back. Some kids won't even know about MapQuest. But anyway, so we look that up, and it's going to give us a couple of different routes, and it's going to give us what it thinks is the better way, and it'll tell us why. This way will take you 11 minutes shorter. This way, there's an accident here, and it shows you the better way. Again, kind of giving us an opening to talk about the Ten Commandments that we always think as, not we always, but we can really think about that as a harsh, this is do not do that. Where it's God giving the commandments, the list of a better way of living out of love and grace. Here, you now are free people to live, and I am your God, and I care, and I love you, and we have this relationship with each other, and you have a relationship with the people around. So I give you this better way of living. And so using a map you could get at the Dollar Tree, using the Google Maps, using the safety cone. The other item that you might be able to use is finding something that is new and improved. Whether that be, for example, my grandmother had a recipe, and my mom, after making the recipe and baking it, changed a couple of the ingredients to make it better for her, or might have an ingredient that is better. When I make a recipe, I alter it a little bit, and and it seems to make it better. But this idea of new and improved, because it's a better way of doing something. It's just another way of opening into the conversation about God giving us a better way to live. So I hope this can be a springboard for your own thinking. And always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a fantastic week.